Something interesting going on in the Republican Party, and I've got a theory, so just bear with me. Vivek Ramaswamy is pulling all funding for advertising in Iowa and New Hampshire, which is kind of weird because we've got primaries coming up very soon in both those states. You would think that any legitimate candidate for the presidency would want to advertise during this time period, maybe take a shot of winning one or both of the primaries. It's kind of crucial. Yet he's pulling back. Now, the question is, does that mean he's dropping out of the race completely? Well, frankly, he should have dropped out of the race 3 months ago based on nobody supporting this dumb motherfucker. Yet he's still there, at least at this point. Why would he pull back the advertising and stay in the race if that's what he does? As I said, I have a little bit of a theory. The interesting thing about Ramaswamy, he was never a serious candidate. There was never enough support. He comes off embarrassing himself and looking stupid. But the one thing he does that's interesting is he pretty much parrots everything Donald Trump says. He repeats all the same rhetoric. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of off track and unhinged half the time, but that's what he's doing. I never really thought he was a legitimate candidate. I see him more as a surrogate for Donald Trump. Now, we know Donald Trump didn't show up to the debates mainly because, well, he's a pussy-ass bitch. He's scared to death. But he still somehow wanted to get his rhetoric, his noise across. And since he was too gutless to do it, he got some dupe like Ramaswamy to come in, get some fame because his ego is huge, go in there and say what Donald Trump wants to say, and then, of course, Donald Trump promises him some cabinet position. Now, I don't know if any of that's true, but it makes a certain amount of sense. Ramaswamy's a businessman. Why would he keep throwing money away up until this point? That makes no sense. This is just a theory. I don't know that it's true, but it's interesting that he's pulling back now. It'll be interesting to see if he stays in the race or if he leaves the race. But the bottom line, I think he's basically an operative for Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is a pussy-ass bitch and a smelly one at that, so he doesn't show up at the debates. He's got somebody else talking for him, and that's not working. Much like everything else Donald Trump does, it fucking fails. And Ramaswamy, he's slowing things up anyway. He's tired of throwing good money after bad.